All businesses, from SMEs to multinationals, face similar challenges. They are all trying to answer the same question: how do I remain competitive and relevant in an increasingly complex and fast-moving world? Linked to that is, how do I build an organization that's agile enough to react to all of the changes? And then finally, because an agile organization always depends on great people, is how do I build an organization that attracts and retains the very best people? Staying abreast of these challenges is an interesting question. For me, the most important thing is actually to know that they exist. And in order to do that, a leader has to stay in touch with everything that's happening. In my mind, that is speaking to clients, being in touch with their teams, and also just understanding what's happening more widely in the industry. Then linked to that is actually developing a great sense of self-awareness so that you know what your blind spots are. And possibly a little bit of paranoia to do that. And then finally, I think that what gives you comfort as a leader is to have an organization that's agile enough so that you know that they will adapt to challenges without you telling them to do so. Because of all of the challenges confronting firms these days, what is essential is that they develop the ability to constantly transform themselves. What I found is that an organization is a very complex system. And in order for a transformation to be successful, you actually need all of the elements in that complex system to point in the same direction. And so in many ways, as a leader, what you are is an orchestrator who pulls different levers at different times to get to the results you want. And so one of the things I do is I use models to make sure that I have a full picture of the organization. I've used my colleagues' Don Sol's model on execution, but there are many others. I will say that the other thing that is important to do is to have a notion of time. So transformations tend to be long, they tend to last 3 or 4 years, and the instinct is to want to go too fast. And so really what you have to do as a leader is to figure out how all of these things fit in time and keep the pace, essentially. And then finally, I think when you embark on a transformation, although you have an idea of where you want to go, you're never completely clear on it. It's a little bit like driving in fog. And so what's important is, as you go through the transformation, to have a feedback loop so that you constantly know whether it's successful or not, and then adapt as you see fit. So the 3 top tips for a successful transformation are: 1, a clear sense of direction, but in a very concrete way, so that the team can visualize what they need to do differently. The second one, that it's all about the team and individuals connecting emotionally to what you want to achieve. And then finally, it's really that as a leader, you need to be an orchestrator that organizes all of the different elements of the organization over time.